the servants of the Most High. The blessing that he gave to Abraham and to his seed was that in blessing he will bless, and in multiplying he will multiply. And the last time I checked, multiplying is what the Most High commanded man and woman to do together to make children. So now for a child to be born without multiplying being done is basically against what the Most High laid in place. Now the Most High didn't come back to us and tell us, hey, I'm going to change that. Someone else came and told us it was changed. We don't think. We don't think at all. The Gospels are supposed to be the eyewitness accounts of the life of the Messiah. But you can see a third party in there writing all kinds of things. And hey, this was done to fulfill that prophecy, and this was done to fulfill that prophecy. But the Messiah never says, well, hey, I did this to fulfill a prophecy, and I did that to fulfill a prophecy. He says certain things happen, and that the things that the prophet said were true. And he likens one thing to another, but you got someone in there authoritatively saying this happened because of this and that happened because of that, stitching in accounts of angels coming and appearing, that as soon as that little stitched in account that they finish is over, the information flow changes so drastically away from that that you have to look back at it and see, wait a minute, this one matter has nothing to do with the other. None whatsoever. It's something that was put in after the fact. And a slave can't handle that. A slave can't handle that. If this book wasn't magically preserved and perfect for you, you don't know what to do. Why? Because you didn't want to study Hebrew. You didn't want to study Greek. You didn't want to go out and look at what our slave masters who have been examining this book for so long have said and the things that they ran into. Because remember, during all of those years that they did all of their theological works on this book, and had all of their discussions, they thought we would never find out anything about the book anyway, so they spoke freely. You need to look at some of those discussions that they were having. Even half of them were like, Paul is off the meat rack. They were divided over these different things. They wouldn't have told us anything about it. We were cattle. We were savages. But now even that information is there for you to examine. Do you examine it? No. Because some of you are only after your own heart's desire. And whatever you can find that backs up what it is you want, that's your truth. You got a sad, sad future ahead of you. Because that's not how the truth works at all. For those of you that think we're awake because we know our identity, you're out of your minds too. The scriptures describe an awake Israelite as being an exceeding great army. We're going to go into all of that. There's a lot of doctrine that's been pushed out here. That's straight slave doctrine, both by messianics and non-messianics. Straight slave doctrine. We're going to go into these scriptures now and get as much of it. I don't have all of it. That's not how it works. If we can remove these divisions from each other, there's going to be a lot of great, well-studied men that come together and put a lot of things for this nation together. But a lot of you don't want that. You don't want the Most High to raise up. You want him to raise you up. You don't want him to raise up somebody else. You don't want the benefit, the group benefit that Israel got. Everybody want to be David. Everybody want to be Paul. Everybody want to be some great one. They don't want to just be one of the people. That's what the slave master did to your mind. Because it was a blessing to be even the unknown of Israel in the day that the Most High was with Israel. You don't see that because you're in a slave condition. That's what we were put here for, to be in a slave condition. We need to start going for the real wake-up call. You tune into this channel, you check out the things that's going to be presented, and then you tell me. I know some of you are going to curse me out because you just can't handle this. That's evil to you to be able to know the truth and lose something in the process. That's evil. But remember, the same way Paul ran up and told you that you could break the law, and you looked at it, and it was a thing desired to make one wise, you said, wow, I need to take hold of that. That's beautiful. That I'm no longer under the condemnation of the law, Paul called it, right? That's the same thing that Eve did to her husband. She was told to stay away from something. The Most High gave straight commandment. What she did, she looked on it. Man, it was desired to make one wise. All the things that she wanted to do, she could now do and be justified. That should let you know something about that tree. That tree was considered a source of holy information. It wasn't considered a tree to be stayed away from, except by commandment. But by sight, it looked like anything but that. Because the tree was not a plant from the ground. The tree was a person. We got to take you a long way before you can see any of those things. Some of you see it already, just get at it. But the tree was a person. And the knowledge that the person gave was just like the knowledge that that prophet gave. It was just like the knowledge that Paul gave. It was something that was going to lead them against the commandments. So we need to understand something very quickly. It's time to go into these scriptures. The simple believeth every word, but the wise man looketh well to his going. There's a lot of words put in there. And a lot of you believe every word that you see in it because it's in between the cover of the book that your slave masters have held up and put on gold pedestals. You say you're going after the Spirit? We'll see. Let's go. Look to me like you're going after the word. You're going after the word of Paul. You're going after any word that seems sweet to you. You ready to go after the Spirit? The Spirit is fire. You ready to go after the fire? Or that don't seem sweet to you? Just like it don't seem sweet to you that a man should be put to death for abomination. That thing seems sweet to the Most High. He said, so shall you remove evil from Israel. But Paul taught you it's not sweet at all. Oh, you're bloodthirsty. You desire death. If that was the teachings of Paul, if there really was a Paul, that's an abominable teaching. That's a blasphemous teaching. Was the Most High bloodthirsty? And those that served him were just bloodthirsty people? That was his opinion, his viewpoint of it? That sounds right to you? Come on. Let's go in the right way for those of you that have the stomach for it. For the rest of you, you're going to see us go in the right way. And you can shake your fist at it. You can talk against it. You can do what you want. You can run around and tell people, oh, we're your enemies. We're your persecutors. No, we're just teaching each other the truth. We're teaching each other the truth. We don't go to curse people in the street. So you can save that for somebody else. We go into these scriptures and we get the truth. Simple and plain. And then we bring it to people. And we're not offended in the least if they don't accept it. That's not our job. Because we've taken of ourselves to become teachers. See, we don't have to go crazy and run around, oh, we're the prophets of the Most High. They're the Pharisees and we're the this and that. Not at all. We saw what was in there and we set about to go and to teach the people. That's a reasonable service. That's commanded in the scriptures. To teach your children and your children's children. To be a father to the fatherless. All of these things are in there. So let's go in. May the Most High bless you and keep you. Hopefully you will not suffer any harm to come upon you before this information gets to your ears. Shalom.